Paris, with its charming streets, iconic landmarks, and rich culture, is a dream destination for millions of travelers. However, like any popular tourist city, it's also a target for scammers who prey on unsuspecting visitors. To ensure that your time in the City of Light is memorable for all the right reasons, it's important to be aware of the most common scams and know how to protect yourself. Here's a comprehensive guide to some of the scams you might encounter in Paris, along with practical tips to avoid falling victim. 1. The bracelet scam. Imagine you're leisurely exploring Montmartre, soaking in the artistic vibe and the stunning views of Paris from the Sacré-Cœur Basilica. Suddenly, a cheerful man approaches you with a handful of colorful strings. Before you can react, he grabs your wrist and starts weaving a bracelet, all the while chatting amiably. You may feel confused or caught off guard, unsure whether to pull away or let him finish. Once the bracelet is tied securely, he demands payment, often claiming it's a donation or that you've agreed to buy it. If you refuse to pay, the scammer might become aggressive, making the situation even more uncomfortable. How it works. This scam relies on surprise, social pressure, and the natural politeness of tourists who don't want to cause a scene. The scammer's friendly demeanor quickly turns into pressure, leaving you feeling obligated to pay for something you didn't want in the first place. How to avoid it. Stay alert in crowded tourist areas, especially places like Montmartre, where this scam is common. If someone approaches you with a bracelet, firmly and politely decline. Walk away if necessary. Keep your hands in your pockets or busy with your belongings to prevent scammers from easily grabbing your wrist. 2. The petition scam. You're taking a leisurely stroll near the Eiffel Tower when a young woman or child approaches you with a clipboard. She gestures to the clipboard, indicating that she's collecting signatures for a charity or cause, often related to helping the deaf, blind, or orphan children. After you sign your name, she shows you a list of previous donors and suggests you contribute as well. The suggested amounts are usually quite high, but even if you only give a small amount, the money is going straight into her pocket, not to any legitimate charity. How it works. This scam plays on your compassion and desire to help those in need. By presenting a cause that seems noble, the scammer makes it harder for you to say no. Once you've signed the petition, you may feel obligated to donate, especially if others are watching. How to avoid it. Politely refuse to sign any petitions offered to you on the street, particularly near tourist attractions. Avoid engaging in conversation with people who approach you unexpectedly. Be aware that legitimate charities rarely solicit donations in this manner, especially in tourist-heavy areas. 3. The ring scam. While wandering along the Seine, you're approached by someone who seems to have just found a shiny gold ring on the ground. They ask if it belongs to you, and when you say no, they insist you take it as a lucky charm. After some back and forth, the person suggests you give them a small reward or some money for their honesty. The ring, however, is a cheap piece of metal, and the scammer is simply looking to make a profit from your goodwill. How it works. This scam exploits the kindness of tourists who don't want to take something without giving back. The ring appears valuable at first glance, making the request for a small reward seem reasonable. How to avoid it. If someone tries to give you a ring or any other item, politely but firmly decline. Don't engage in conversation with strangers who seem too eager to help you find something valuable. Remember, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. 4. Fake police officers. You're walking back to your hotel after a night out in the Latin Quarter when two men approach you, flashing what appear to be police badges. They ask to see your ID and wallet, claiming they're checking for counterfeit currency or stolen credit cards. Intimidated and unsure of your rights in a foreign country, you hand over your wallet. The officers take a quick look, pocket your cash or cards, and then hurry away, leaving you confused and out of pocket. How it works. This scam leverages the authority of the police and the fact that tourists may not be familiar with local laws or police procedures. The fear of getting into legal trouble often compels people to comply without questioning the legitimacy of the request. How to avoid it. Real police officers rarely ask tourists to show ID or wallets on the street, especially without a clear reason. If someone claiming to be a police officer asks for your ID or wallet, request to see their badge more closely and suggest going to the nearest police station. If you feel threatened, walk away and find a safe place to contact the local police. 5. The distraction scam. You're in a crowded area like the Champs-Élysées, taking in the sights and sounds of Paris. Suddenly, a group of children surrounds you, asking for directions, trying to sell you something, or causing a commotion. While you're distracted, one of them manages to pickpocket you, taking your wallet, phone, or other valuables without you noticing until it's too late. How it works. Distraction is a classic tactic used by pickpockets. By creating confusion or diverting your attention, they make it easier to steal from you without being detected. How to avoid it. Keep your valuables in a secure, hard-to-reach place, such as a money belt or inside pocket. Be wary of sudden commotions or people who seem overly eager to engage with you, especially in crowded areas. If you feel overwhelmed by a group, move away quickly and check your belongings. 6. The fake petition and donation scam. While sitting at an outdoor cafe in the Place du Tertre, enjoying a coffee, a young person approaches you with a petition. They claim it's for a charity helping children in need and ask you to sign. After signing, they pressure you to donate, sometimes even showing you a list of previous donors with suspiciously large amounts. You feel uncomfortable, but hand over some money, only to later realize the petition was fake and the money went straight to the scammer. How it works. This scam plays on your sense of guilt and the desire to help those in need. The scammer uses a mixture of urgency and social proof, the list of donors, to convince you to part with your money. How to avoid it. Be cautious about signing petitions or giving money to street solicitors. If you want to support a cause, research reputable charities and donate directly through their official channels. Politely decline and walk away if approached by someone with a clipboard in tourist areas. 7. The ATM skimmers and card scams. On your last day in Paris, you stop by an ATM to withdraw some cash for souvenirs. Everything seems normal, but a few days later, you notice unauthorized charges on your bank account. Unfortunately, the ATM you used was fitted with a skimming device that captured your card details, allowing scammers to clone your card and make fraudulent transactions. How it works. Skimming devices are often small and discreet, making them difficult to detect. They can be placed over the card slot or even within the keypad, allowing scammers to capture both your card data and PIN. How to avoid it. Use ATMs inside banks or well-lit, secure areas rather than standalone machines on the street. Always cover the keypad with your hand when entering your PIN. Regularly monitor your bank statements for any suspicious activity and report any unauthorized charges immediately. 8. The restaurant and bar overcharging scam. You're enjoying a lovely dinner in a quaint Parisian bistro, the kind with red checkered tablecloths and candlelight. When the bill arrives, you notice it's higher than expected. A closer look reveals charges for items you didn't order or inflated prices for the ones you did. The waiter insists it's correct, and you feel pressured to pay to avoid a scene. How it works. This scam preys on tourists' unfamiliarity with local prices and the language barrier. Scammers count on the fact that many tourists won't challenge the bill, especially if they're in a hurry or don't want to cause a fuss. How to avoid it. Review the menu prices before ordering and double-check your bill carefully. Don't hesitate to question any discrepancies or ask for an itemized receipt. If possible, learn a few key phrases in French to help you communicate more effectively with the staff. 9. The taxi overcharging scam. You've just arrived at Charles de Gaulle Airport, eager to get to your hotel and start your Parisian adventure. You hop into a taxi, and the driver takes a long, convoluted route, all the while chatting about the city. When you finally reach your destination, the fare is shockingly high. The driver claims it's due to traffic or an official surcharge, but in reality, you've been overcharged. How it works. Tourists, especially those unfamiliar with the city's layout, are easy targets for taxi drivers who take advantage of their lack of knowledge. The driver might also disable the meter or claim that it's broken. How to avoid it. Use official taxi stands or reputable ride-hailing apps. Make sure the meter is running from the start, and if it's not, ask the driver to turn it on or negotiate a fare before starting the trip. If you suspect you're being overcharged, take note of the driver's information and report it to the authorities or your hotel. 10. The street performer distraction scam. You're captivated by a talented street performer in a bustling square like Place du Trocadero. As you're engrossed in the show, you don't notice the pickpocket who has been watching you, waiting for the perfect moment to snatch your wallet or phone from your bag or pocket. How it works. Street performances draw large crowds, providing excellent cover for pickpockets. The distraction of the performance makes it easy for them to operate unnoticed. How to avoid it. Keep your belongings secure and within sight at all times. Avoid placing your wallet or phone in easily accessible pockets. Be aware of your surroundings, even when enjoying a show. Conclusion. Paris is a city full of beauty, history, and unforgettable experiences. But like any major tourist destination, it also has its share of scams. By staying informed and vigilant, you can protect yourself and ensure that your memories of Paris are filled with joy and wonder, not regrets. Trust your instincts, be cautious with strangers, and remember that if something doesn't feel right, it's okay to walk away. Safe travels.